7 classic Triple M. It's Roo and Ditts for breakfast. Roo, every now and then you hear about a charity that just tugs at your heartstrings, I reckon, and this is one of those. We're talking about Kickstart for Kids, and can you imagine, you've got 5 gorgeous children. Imagine going to school, they haven't had breakfast, they're starving hungry all day, and you know the repercussions, the offshoots of that as well, is that kids lose concentration, they become irritable, cranky, bad behaviour.
Don't learn.
Yeah, the man that started Kickstart for Kids joins us, Ian Steele. Good morning.
Good morning, boys. Great to be here.
Why the idea? How did this all come about?
Well, I've been mentoring disadvantaged kids for about 10 years, and during that period of mentoring disadvantaged kids in lower socioeconomic areas, I noticed there was a massive behavioural difference between kids from the lower socioeconomic areas and kids that, where my kids go to school. And I did a lot of fossicking around, did a lot of research, and I sort of came up with some incredible observations. Probably a prime example was one of the first little girls I met was 5 years of age, and she came to school with wet clothes, and we talked to her. Why you come to school with wet clothes? Apparently, she'd gone out and she'd washed her clothes the night before. She didn't know that you had to put them in a dryer. She put them on the line and she'd come to school. So we did a bit of research into what she was doing. We went back to her place. She was sleeping in the back of a car, and she was only 5. So that's one of the little girls that I bought. I met 11-year-olds that had needle marks in their arms. I met 11-year-old girls that all they wanted to do was get pregnant. I met little boys that fostered through bins for food because he had 6 brothers and sisters, and obviously there was no dad in the house. Mum was incapable of looking after the kids. She was bipolar or addicted to the pokies or a drug addict, so he would go through bins to try and find scraps of food to feed his siblings, kids eating dog food. So I thought, gee, I've got to do something about this. And as blokes, we all say we're going to do something, and perhaps we are guilty of never not doing it. So I made a bit of a pack myself, and I went out and I knocked on a lot of doors, Foodland, Baker's Delight, and I'm a builder, and I just filled my ute up with food and went out and set up some breakfast programs.
And how many schools are you providing food for at the moment?
So
for
we're
breakfast?
So we're now in 120 schools. We're into 120 school next week. We are serving about 22 or 23,000 breakfasts a week. We've got about 80 mentors. We also do a lot of mentoring in the schools.
Ian, can I just cut in there? Sorry. I can't believe, living in a place like Adelaide, I'm shattered and saddened and shocked to think that kids go to school and they haven't been fed.
Absolutely. They don't get breakfast. They don't get lunch. A lot of them are getting themselves up, out of bed, getting themselves off to school.
What hope are they
doing their own washing? Exactly. And that's so we say that education is power. So if we can get these kids fed, as you guys know, your fathers, the kids want to learn. So as soon as our program goes into a school, 3 months after the kids are having breakfast, their learning abilities are up to where they should be.
Through the roof. Now, firstly, where can people help? Where do you get your food from? How can people donate? How can they make a difference here for Kickstart for Kids?
Well, we actually have to buy all of our product. We don't get any government funding. We rely on the good people of Adelaide just donating to us. So www.kickstartforkids.com.au. Go to the Donate Now button. You can donate, however much you want. You can also contact us to be a volunteer, whether it be a van driver or serve breakfast or drive the vans.
Now, did someone knock your van off recently?
Yeah, someone knocked their van off. Nice blokes, that's right. And we found it, got pinched from a volunteer's house, and we found it down at Hackham, completely stripped. The only thing that was left was a chassis and the wheels.
Can people donate food? Like if there's fruit growers out there, if there's bakers, if there's restaurants, things like that?
We're so big now that we need to buy in bulk. So we need to, fruit growers, obviously, absolutely. We'd love anybody that throws away fruit, a lot of fruit, tons of fruit. We go through a ton of fruit a week.
Now, you said you're a builder. Are you doing this in your spare time?
Yeah, that's right.
You're kidding. Good bloke. Mate, you're a legend. No, you are. You're a champ. I met you, obviously, a while ago down at the Port Footy Club, because I know you mentor some of the players down there as well. Mate, you are an absolute champion. I mean that. This is So you get up every morning and get into this, do you?
Every morning, we go and load the vans, and off they go and go and take food out to the kids.
And then in your other spare time, you're coaching Scotch Old Scholars.
That's right, yep. absolutely. There's not a lot of time.
You're busier than Roo. You're unbelievable. Ian, Scott, you're going very, very well,
We're going very well, that's right. We're top. We've lost 2 games.
Yep.
Might be a bit tough tomorrow in the hail, but, yeah, we're going well.
So you could be in Division 1 Amateur League
We
next
could.
year.
That will be tough.
Ian, this is an amazing story for all sorts of reasons. I really take my hat off to you. As I said, I'm saddened that there's a need for this, but well done to you. And the Kickstart for Kids. Ian Steele, fantastic. Well done.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, boys.
And again, sorry, give us your website if people want to help.
www.kickstartforkids.com.au.
Well done.
Thanks,
Ian
boys.
Steele, thank you.